Hello, my name is Mrs McKelvey and I'm a teacher of food and textile technology at William Wood High School. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to give yourself the best possible chance in your Intermediate 2 Hospitality final exam. Over the last year we've covered all the skills and techniques necessary for you to do well in your exam, and this is your final opportunity to put everything together to produce your 3 courses plus a side dish in 2.5 hours for 4 people to restaurant standard. Your practical exam will incorporate all these techniques that you've learned. You'll use equipment that's familiar to you, processes and techniques which you cover and hopefully understand. Once you've completed all these techniques, you'll practice each dish once in school. It is entirely up to you after that if you want to practice the dishes at home, but we would highly recommend that you do so. In the class with you will be either an SQA verifier or your classroom teacher, who will be working from an SQA attainment record, and you'll be marked in planning, basic skills, workflow, control of cookery processes, dish requirements and safety and hygiene practices. If you want to achieve an A, which we all do, you must demonstrate a high level of understanding and competence in hygienic food handling practice. Demonstrate a high level of competence in safe working practice, and prepare and implement a work plan which is highly effective and makes the very best use of your time. You also must demonstrate the skills which you have learned over the last year. You must understand how to attractively garnish or decorate your dishes, and they must be as tasty and palatable as possible. Once again, just to reiterate that although the SQA state that pupils are only allowed to practice each dish once in school, we would highly advise you to at least run through the whole exam in your own time. Recipes are provided. Where are you going to get your marks? Well, the first thing is your personal hygiene. It's very basic, very easy, but it's surprising how many times people get this wrong. Girls, remove all false nails and nail polish. Everyone must ensure that their nails are short and clean. Hair must be tied back. It cannot sit over 1 inch on your neck. All jewellery must be removed. If you do have any piercings which cannot be removed, they must be covered up with a plaster. It's important to wear flat shoes. You will be on your feet for 2.5 hours, and you need the stability when you are chopping or working with hot dishes. All outdoor clothes must be removed. Add jumpers and cardigans, and a clean apron must be worn. You must work in a hygienic fashion. Make sure you clean as you go. Make sure you wipe down each surface after use. Wash dishes, put them away after each process. Keep your work area as clean and hygienic as possible. Ensure that you organise all your ingredients and correctly weigh these before the start of the exam. It's important to be safe during your exam, and this is also a way that you'll pick up extra marks. Be aware not to drip water. Place knives behind your taps for safety. Don't plunge them into the sink. Ensure that you use oven gloves where necessary. Be very aware of cross-contamination. Chill and refrigerate foods when necessary. Don't run around the kitchen. You may be in a rush or hurry, but it's still important that you're safe at all times. When you're preparing vegetables, wash, peel and rewash all your vegetables. Simple to remember, easy marks to pick up. Cut vegetables into the sizes specified into the recipe, into nice even sized pieces. If the recipe requests that you're cutting a herb or coriander finely, do so. If you are pureeing your soup, ensure that it must be cooled prior to this. If you're sweating an onion, which you will be asked for in every exam, the important thing to remember is that you do not colour them and that you keep the lid on and the heat low. If you're required to reheat, ensure that this is also done in a clean pan. And the easiest marks to pick up and the most essential is taste and season every dish. Finally, dicing an onion. There will always be onions in these recipes, and although a lot of you don't enjoy preparing them, ensure you do it properly. If it's a fine dice, you cannot cross-chop that. Cook your garlic for the correct time to avoid bitterness. There will also be garlic in most recipes. When you're working with dough, ensure your consistency is correct before you start and roll it out evenly. Do not overcook. Watch your cooking control and err on the side of caution. Ensure that your temperatures are never too high. Season well, and just to reiterate, when you're sweating any types of vegetables, it's low heat, lid on. I would like to wish you good luck in your exam, but if you cover all the necessary techniques that you've picked up over the year and you work in a clean, hygienic and efficient manner, luck won't be the issue.